Hey guys, this is Tim. I'm here with your episode 227 of the You, Me, and BTC podcast. YMB podcast, whatever you want to call us, acronyms, full words, it doesn't really matter. As long as you listen to us, I don't give a shit. And I am Tim Baker. I will be your host tonight. My knowledge will not be watered down by the extra words of Daniel and Zach, my occasional co-hosts. I mean, because for being honest, we do just listen to this podcast for me, and I speak that as a fellow listener. I listen to every single podcast, especially the ones I do. I like to get all the knowledge. I like to soak it back into me, because I feel like if I just give it out to people, I might get rid of it sometimes. Speaking of that, I'm working out this new thing. I'm trying to be like super confident. I'm trying to be like a politician, because I'm pissed off about some stuff recently, and I figured I might as well just talk about it on this, because I think recently on the show I've been kind of positive or lenient on certain government practices and saying they're not terrible because they're not just blowing people up, which is a very low line, which they still seem to fuck up most of the time. But eventually you're kind of saying, I mean, they're not killing anybody, they're just wasting billions of dollars, so okay, good job. I mean, normally they're wasting billions of dollars and killing people, so whatever. But I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I also have another kind of idea I want to talk about. I'm not going to be able to implement it. I'm looking at you guys. We need to get this going. We need to get everything together, but I'll explain that later if I remember, hopefully. But like I said, yeah, this is the episode 227. The reason why we're able to do more and more podcasts, like we're starting to clip along at a decent rate. Zach has his own podcast, and check that out. CoinPod, I'm pretty sure. If you found this podcast, you should be able to find Zach's. But he started his new one, so we're going to have a different numeric for that. But right now, we're starting to chug them out because we're getting more sponsors. You guys are listening, people see that, and you guys are helping us make some money, so please continue to do that. But what's allowing us to do these multiple shows a week is the America's Card Room, which is a poker website. You can use all kinds of cryptocurrencies, up to 60, including, I mean, if other people use it, it's most likely on there, to both deposit and withdraw your funds. They also have a little coupon code with us. It's BTC100, and it's up to $1,000. You get a 100% bonus on that first deposit. So if you put in $1,000, they'll match you for that. You'll have $2,000 to fuck around with, to gamble with. So it's a good deal. Like, you're going to get an extra, whatever you put in, you're going to get that double. So you might as well. It's not too much of an issue if you like gambling, if you like playing poker. But that's BTC 100. But if you're good at it, you like doing it, it's a great place to play poker. And if you don't mind, tell them we sent you there. And again, use the code BTC 100 to get the 100% extra on your deposit. Anyway, Olympics. Have you guys been watching any Olympics? I don't have regular television because I'm lazy. It's not really I like to tell myself, it's like, oh no, I don't watch TV, like that. I don't watch bullshit like that. But it's more out of laziness than anything else. I watch too much YouTube and listen to too many podcasts to even care most of the time. But then the rest of the time, it's because it's shit like the Olympics and everyone loses their shit over this, and it's in Pyeongchang, which I was looking at before, trying to think of what to do for this episode. And apparently they're spelling it differently so that people don't confuse it with Pyongyang, which it's still confusing people. I'm sure half the people think it's in North Korea. That's all I'm hearing about is how amazing everybody from North Korea looks like. Like they're fucking cheerleaders who are just like dead staring at the screen as they dance from side to side, just scared to just fucking slip up a little bit. And everyone's like, they're amazing. It's like they have a gun to their head, how great they're doing. And it's, yeah, no, you fuckers, they do. I mean, not physically there, like they can't be killing people in South Korea, but as soon as they go back, no one's going to miss them. They probably already have their parents dead. because they fucked up something when they were 12. They're like, if you fall off the balance beam, say bye to mom and dad, and that already happened. So they're into it now. They're super motivated. That is how you get people to give you their best, is to threaten their lives and then give them an outlet, which I guess would benefit us for podcasting. So if anybody wants to stalk Daniel and get him to just become the best podcaster ever, I'm cool with that. I'm sure he's cool with it. He's not here to defend himself, but whatever. But yeah, it's the Olympics. I accidentally watched some the other day, kind of the same way I end up watching most sports, is I'm kind of just there and somebody else has it on. And I'm like, okay. And it's like, I'll watch football or something like that, but not, it's just like, what the fuck are we, people are literally sliding down a sled, and half the world is watching this, and I'm supposed to act like people actually care about it. It's like, there's no way you can't do this. And part of me just also doesn't like the whole nationalistic part of it too. And I swear this will eventually get back to Bitcoin. I think, maybe, we'll see. But the whole nationalistic thing, and it's bad enough just that they have that kind of thing pumping through it in every single fucking commercial. Like, I'm supposed to not be disgusted by, oh, it's for America, buy McDonald's or something. Like, it's always McDonald's or Coke or something. Like, they're putting some ad with some dumb fucking athlete who's like, again, the other thing with them kicking Russia out because Russia's doping, they're all doping. Everybody's doping. Nobody's not doping. You're fucking at the top of losing. There is no professional losing where they can go back and be like, no, I'll just be happy with my accomplishments here. Like, they're on meth, they're on speed, off for that shit, for the strength. They're on something. Everybody's cheating. Nobody doesn't do that. So that's an issue already. But then, like I was saying, just all the ads and everything, and I get that it's like, I like ads. I just did an ad, but I like ads when I get paid. I don't like ads when it's... my anger is mostly just like I wish I had thought of all this shit first. Like, why couldn't I think of the whole idea of, well, I mean, I know how to do this. I am a very balanced and rational person. Please send all your money to me, or send half of your income to me and a bunch of my friends and a bunch of my family members, and we'll take care of you. Fucking swear to God. And I wish I could do that. I wish I could sell people on tax money being used to pay for fucking Olympic stadiums and all this shit, and to bring in everything that's needed. I wish I could get people to just pay me for shit, to just, yeah, sure, no, here, take all this, take a huge chunk off the top, just fucking show us some guy sliding down a hill, and we'll all be happy. Because that's the other thing, is the Olympics is like, it's one of the only times outside of war where you can be like nationalistic fervor is at enough where people are okay with more, with them like taxing more and just taking more money out of something. And it's kind of hard to do that and to raise money unless you have some kind of an outside force. Most people do go, hey, no, I don't want to pay more taxes right now. But if you go, oh, no, here, yeah, it's sports or war normally that can jump it up. And that's, I guess, how it goes back into Bitcoin, and how the price is gone up a little bit. Like we talked last episode. If you want, check that out. It's on YouTube. We did our live one on Google Hangouts, and we talked about how there are a bunch of like pretty high profile people saying good things about Bitcoin. The regulators were pretty positive, at least as much as they can be, about how they were going to approach it, how they like the idea of it. So it did rebound a little bit. It's not below. It dipped. The lowest I think was like 6,000 or like 6,500, something like that. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. But it's up around 9,000 now, in the high 8,000s. But outside of the price, and we harp on this enough, and I I think it's important, so that's why we bring it up, and I need something to talk about. It's good to be out of this kind of circle, I guess, where your money is going into this stuff, because it isn't just that it's you can make the moral argument if you have any kind of morals, if you have any kind of set definite morals, which is an entirely different argument in itself, and that's why everything gets muddled, because but if you have any actual set of moral, anything that is a judgment on other people and how people should conduct themselves in society, you have to have a very hard and fast but for or like an interjection for but the biggest bully, the biggest gang, which is the government, is allowed to do these things. Even in but pretty much anywhere you have to have, it is kind of reprehensible if you do follow with it. There is a established and set rules and morals in the world. But even if it's not that, even if it's outside of them using your money to bomb people or throw people in cages or anything, it's wasteful, and they're not doing this for you. They're not doing anything to make the dollar go up. Like people complain about how people are working on Bitcoin, like people change things. That's terrible. Like they might just try to use it for money, for monetary things. It's like, yeah, okay, that's anything. And at least in this, we can kind of see it. It's less likely because it isn't a centrally controlled thing where people can defend how they fuck up the money with police and with anything like that. But that's exactly what whenever they take money, whenever they take taxes, whenever they take the stuff for the Olympics, yeah, sure, they give you these images on a screen, which then you pay to have the fucking arena put there. You pay to have to train the athletes. You pay to have the training facilities. You pay to have them fed. You pay for all this shit, and then still the government sells ad space because it's their thing, and they're in control of that. So then they sell your effort, which is you just looking at like an ad the entire time while you're watching, because they have them every 2 minutes. Like every time someone goes down a hill, flies up, does a somersault, drops, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna come back with the judge's ruling, and then they send you another fucking 5 commercials so that then they can sell more ad time to the fucking Coke and McDonald's. And I guess it's kind of good because then at least the athletes make some money off of endorsements because they don't get paid much. And then everything they get paid gets taxed too. It's like, oh, here's your money, and yeah, then we're going to be taking some of that back because fuck you. You didn't skate hard enough or whatever.
Get ready for Crypto Overload. We're making it easy to get into the game at America's Card Room with your favorite cryptocurrency. We are thrilled to announce that you can deposit and cash out using more than 60 different cryptocurrencies. We are the first poker site to offer this after already accepting Bitcoin from the beginning. Cryptocurrencies are the future. We can predict that playing real money poker will never be easier at americascardroom.com.
So it's kind of like this whole thing has kind of just reminded me why this shit's just fucked, because this is like the most benevolent thing. And I'm not trying to actually say that people should get up in arms about this, because in the logical part of my brain, it doesn't make sense. No, you're not going to. And that's kind of just ridiculous. We kind of just expect. We have such an expectance of criminality and corruption and just money just being lost in government that we just don't even care anymore. most people, most people even go, like, there's this the whole joke with lawyers, politicians. I think there's one, every single joke is about how awful they are, how terrible, how anything in that is corrupt, and we just go, yeah, but like, there's this guy going down a hill, that's pretty cool, and we've been involved in a war for the past, some war or police action, one or the other, for the last 70 years, and it's kept our economy up because we just sell all this stuff, so yeah, we might as well, because one thing, you are kind of stuck inside that loop then if you are just holding dollars, if you are just holding a stock market, because the corporations and the government are so tied together at this point. Like, if for nothing else, Bitcoin isn't this tied to the government just because it's not been established and the government hasn't touched them yet, which might change, but for now, it's not so entrenched and so tied in with, if one goes down, the other, like, it's, whenever things come to be owed, whenever debt ends up, that's still going to be tied to everything else because they're so in bed together. And again, that's another joke that everybody makes, and then, yeah, the people on the left complain about it, but then their whole solution is to go and sit in a park for a long time and not really stop anything. So that's not really useful. But, and they're not doing anything to make the dollar stronger. They're not really interested in doing that because they're not, at this point, like, these people, they get paid something, but it doesn't matter. So much of it is just in status and just the ability to change things. Like, I don't even think the money matters at this point to them. It's just, I get to do this. Maybe I'm wrong, but get Bitcoin, get something else, get gold, get silver, or just, even if it's not that, maybe just focus on building something in yourself. Maybe it's learning a skill, or it's developing a deeper appreciation for something. Like, build something in yourself, build something where you can be, this isn't just monetary, like this is also just being proud of something. That's the other thing with, again, that is actually the most benevolent part of it, is the feeling good about the accomplishments of somebody else on a TV screen, and feeling nationalistic pride because you live inside the same kind of lines on a map as them. I mean, regardless of how you think about what a border should, like, you still have to admit you have no particular gift to them besides that you had money stolen from you to pay for their training. That's all you can get to say. And yeah, try say that at the next, like, if you go to an Olympic party, like an Olympics viewing party, although I doubt anybody listening to this does that. Maybe you do. If you do that, bring that up to them. Besides that, just because I don't want to just say that 17 times, which I think I have been doing, my idea is we have an Olympics for alt currencies, and we actually see which ones are best. Again, this is why I can't do this. I need other people to design events. I need other people to design scoring methods. I need other people to run the tests. I need I need other people to give me contestants. I need other people to do pretty much everything, but I'll be the idea guy for it. I swear. I won't copyright it or nothing. I'll just give you the idea and you guys can run with it. But I want donations. We always want donations. But yeah, that would be actually at least interesting and might be beneficial for the world if we had not even just Bitcoin, but I mean, we already have technology competitions and shit like that. That's the most retarded way to say it, but that's how badly my mind works. Is the technology tournaments. But yeah, no, that'd be interesting to see Bitcoin versus Litecoin versus Monero and see. I mean, I know the data is already out there, but like if we could design like a test for them, for future altcoins to see how well they do against Bitcoin, like that would make it easier to decide what you want to do, because we're already talking about how or we definitely mentioned on the show before how maybe Bitcoin won't be the way you're spending it on coffee. It might be only the way you hold gold, or that might be something else. But a cool, or not even cool, but a useful thing to do would be to actually set up and to design and have it reviewed by other people, a set of standards or milestone or whatever for it actually working, its benefits, cons, pros. Maybe they already have this, but I want somebody to do it my way because it sounds better in my head, but it's probably completely useless practically. But who cares? Somebody design this. Somebody design an actual good test for figuring out the best kind of alt currency, and then just like do the mathematical equivalent of pole vaulting versus the mathematical equivalent of luging versus the mathematical equivalent of ice fencing. If that should actually be a thing, is just fucking, instead of just skate around, or just like ice jousting could be like that with a mix of curling and fencing. You can like stab people, but whatever. That's about it. I'm going to send this to Daniel and he'll probably bitch at me, but I hope you guys liked it. If you want, check us out. We're live every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. YMB live. He's going to bitch about that because I didn't say that right. But just type in You Me and BT. You can follow us on YouTube. That's the easiest way to see one of the live shows, as long as we don't say something in it that then gets it demonetized or blocked or shit. We had that with some sound. But follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, You Mean BTC, at You Mean BTC. Tweet us. Tweet me at BakersDozen93 and tell me if you like the episode. Put the number of the episode in if you actually want me to respond, because I probably won't remember. But let us know what you like. Let us know if you have anything you want us to talk about. I'm going to be doing this Monday episode for the foreseeable future and just doing pretty much a rant. So if you want me to talk about something, just send me stuff on Twitter. Send stuff to Daniel and he can redirect it to me at YouMeanBTC. And I'll look into shit. Send me conspiracy theories about Bitcoin. I want to look into that and rant about that. But whatever. Have a good night, guys. Hope you liked the episode. Bye. If you didn't, fuck you. Love you. Bye.